5%. Calculate the new length in the units for the width, neck, and height.
So let's go with DeAndre first. Actually, Kendrick, I haven't called on you yet. Kendrick, what do you think we're gonna do?
I don't know.
Did you read it?
Yes.
I think you know. What do you think? What's our scale factor?
Wait. I have a question.
Hold on.
Is
Kendrick, go ahead. What's our scale factor?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
$75%.
You see it right here. Justin, what was your question? What was your question?
So is this like the bottom or the middle?
So what I want you to do is underneath letter A, where it says letter A, I want you to write width. So instead of bottom or middle, go ahead and write the word width underneath letter A equals 20. I want you to think of it like a snowman, right? So the width is 20, like his waistband, so to speak, and then his neck. You see the top of this would be the neck of the snowman? Go ahead and write neck equals 12. So width, you go ahead and write this down too, Joshua. Width equals 20, neck equals 12, and then I think the other one would be the vertical height, which would be 12 also.
This is like the most I've written all year. I'm
I'm so proud of you.
No, like, I don't write out my work. I do it in my head and write the answer.
Which
And
works.
then I get it right.
You do get it right. Yeah, but looking at your data, it looks like you do get it right. Okay.
I'm just lazy.
And sleepy. Kendrick, what's the scale factor?
75%.
Paris, what are we going to do with the scale factor? Yeah, you do. I think you know, Paris. Let me ask you this, Paris. What did we do when we were doing figure A and figure B from the other scale drawing? What did we do to figure out whether it was a reduction or an enlargement?
Compare it to the original.
And how did we compare it? DeAndre, you know?
Because
What was our proof? Remember we did proofs in the box? How did we prove that it was a reduction or enlargement using math? What operation?
Ooh.
did the percentage times.
Times.
Multiplication.
So Paris, what are we going to do with our scale factor?
Multiply it.
Joshua, what are we going to do with our scale factor?
She just said.
Divide and multiply, because if you need to get the head and the bottom, you need both.
Right? That's true. Can I...
You said.
Josh was just like dropping knowledge bombs. Josh, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
75%.
I think.
Do you think if I multiply, Kendrick, if I multiply our original times 75%, do you think it's going to get bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Justin, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
Paris? Kendrick?
Agree.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Yo, Ron.
No. It has to be 175, because 75 is less than
It has to be greater than what number to increase?
150. 107.
If we're multiplying by our percents, everybody's listening. If we're multiplying, Joshua, focus. If we're multiplying by our percents, what does it have to be bigger than in order to actually enlarge?
50%.
Nope.
100.
100.
A whole, 100, right. So anything below 100, what's going to happen?
Get smaller.
Which is called a what?
Reduction.
Right. So let's go back to the question I asked you originally, Joshua. If we take our original and multiply it by 75%, is it going to get bigger or smaller? So this is for anybody. Multiplying by less than 100% is the same thing as doing what operation?
Division.
Correct. So you were right when you said you can multiply or divide, but you can multiply by something less than 100%, and that's still the same thing as dividing. So Joshua, explain to me why we're multiplying by 75% and what it's going to do.
to make the head. That's fun.
To make what?
To make a snowman.
And we're making which part?
The head.
Which is going to be bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Paris. How come it's getting smaller even though we're multiplying?
Because it's less than 100.
Y'all are so smart. Give yourselves a pound back. Go ahead. Right. Yeah.
But baby, the way,
Why don't you
okay.
actually do your work in class? You
Yeah.
get an
Oh,
A.
come on, Kendrick. We all do. Okay. So let's go ahead and take each of these. You see how you wrote each of these? We're going to multiply each of these by what?
75%.
0.75. And then you're going to put equals. So go ahead and put W, N, and H equals. And I'll tell you, we'll just save the time here. And I will tell you what they're multiplied by.
Wait, if you do W and H, do you have to multiply that or add that?
Those are just the width, neck, and height. We're just
That's
multiplying
5,
them.
3, and 3.
Did you just say 5, 3, and 3?
You are very smart. That would be 25%. But you have 3 quarters instead of 1 quarter. So it would be what? Anybody else? know?
15, 9, and 9.
Yep. So go ahead and write those in, Justin. 15, 9, and 9.
And B? Or A?
Yeah, B.
Alright.
Alright. I wish I had my whiteboard. I'm really sorry. This is paper. Alright, 20 times 0.75. Do we know what fraction could represent 0.75?
What fraction can represent 75
75
over?
over.
No, wait,
3/4.
wait.
75 over 100, which reduces to what?
3/4.
3/4. So I'm going to write 20 times 3/4. See that? What's 20 times 3?
60.
Divided by 4.
4.
20 times 3 divided by 4.
15.
Yeah.
See how we got 15
No,
for our width?
no.
Is that right?
So what I want you to do is I want you to write that
Yeah,
down.
that is it.
I want you to write 20 times, go ahead and write down here, write 20 times 0.75. I want you to write it too, just so you have it represented, Joshua, even though I know you can do it in your head. 20 times 0.75. You got it? Underneath of it, I want you to write the same thing, but replace 0.75 with 3/4. And then I want you to put equals and then show what it equals. So it'd be 20 times 3 divided by 4. And 15 was which dimension?
What?
15 is the new dimension of which one? Width, neck, or height? Okay.
Yeah.
So now go back to your grid, and you're going to have 15 units. That's how wide your snowman's head is. So up here, we won't draw it yet, but I'm showing you what it represents. Now I have to figure out how tall it is, the height. Let's go with DeAndre. How are we going to find the height of the snowman? Snowman's head, sorry.
Ooh, multiply
By what?
by 75%.
Which is the same thing as? Which fraction?
Oh, 3/4.
So we're going to take 12. Go ahead and write in your papers. 12 times 0.75, which is the same thing as 12 times 3 over 4. You with me, Justin?
Mm-hmm.
You writing it down?
The answer's 9.
Everybody one.
You need one, you know it.
Allow toy break. Okay. So Justin, what is the vertical height of the head of the snowman?
9.
How do you know?
Because if we do 12 times 3/4, you get 36, 36 over 4 the snowman.
Smart guy. So I want everybody to go ahead and take, you probably wouldn't be able to do this very well. Go ahead and take a shot at trying to draw the head of the snowman. Knowing that the width is 15 and the height is 9.
It's still an octagon, right?
Yep. Go ahead and try to draw it up here.
What's the height?
So wait,
9.
so do we just make it 5 going this way and 15 going this way?
Right, but this is the head. So if I were
More
you,
the center.
right? So you have 12 right here, right? So you know, you can just go add. We only need 3 more, right? So you can add 1 here, and you can add 1 here and here. So this is the new width, right? And so now the vertical height is what, 9? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is here. So we know it's going to be this wide and this tall. So I'm going to go ahead and put this here, and put this here, boom.
10,
See how I stayed within the width there? And then it goes to this top. Is that the bell already?
You in the center?
Alright. You all did great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Stay.
Here, turn this into Miss Sadana for your work. I'll see y'all next week. Have a good week. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you.